From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. DSTV's mobile TV offering is, quite literally, putting television in the hands of Africans. Christy van der Merwe speaks to DSTV Mobile's broadcast and networks head to find out how it works.
DSTV Mobile has rolled out this in a number of African countries, Namibia, Kenya, Nigeria and Ghana, and the uptake, especially in Nigeria, has been very, very encouraging.
It is all made possible by using the widely accepted DVB-H standard.
DVB-H stands for Digital Video Broadcasting to Handheld. It's based on the DVB standard and is a special transmission mode that DVB uses to enable you to efficiently transmit video signals to mobile devices. The big difference between normal video and mobile devices is the mobile device needs to be power efficient because the battery consumption is of key importance, and as well as the antenna is low off the ground and is moving around all the time, moving in a car, moving on trains or stationary within buildings deep indoors, compared to a normal TV signal which has got a high gain antenna pointed at the transmission tower. The first part in the transmission chain was really to take the video signals and then convert them into mobile standard, compress them using H.264 as the standard, and then they compress down to QVGA, which is 320 by 240. So really formatted to fit the mobile screen in a very efficient manner, and then much lower bit rates than TV. So highly compressed picture quality that then gets retransmitted via a satellite distribution network or microwave in certain instances to a terrestrial base stations, which then transmit the signal in order for the handset to be able to see it terrestrially in the normal TV signal bands. So it's an overlay network over and above, like a mobile operator network that's using a different frequency. So therefore on the phones a different actual receiver is required in order to be able to receive the DVB-H signal. So the range of phones available with this receiver are fairly small, and to this extent DSTV has launched a drifter device, which essentially is a DVB-H receiver, which then takes the DVB-H signal and then retransmits it over Wi-Fi, so that it can be received by a Wi-Fi capable device or on your PC via a USB connection. And that way we can actually reach a wider range of cell phones or a wider range of mobile market. Watching TV on your mobile may seem strange, but that is, it is the next best thing, and seeing is really believing.
Other headlines making news this week include the eradication of mud schools, Public Enterprises Minister Nyembezi-Heita's vision for state enterprises, and ArcelorMittal's CEO on the draft carbon tax. Public Works Deputy Minister Hendrietta Bogopane-Zulu says that the Department of Public Works is spending some 2.7 billion rand to eliminate mud schools in some of the 9 provinces.
We do have structures that we will be completing through the IDT, which is an entity of the Department of Public Works, but to indicate that in total 2.7 billion has been allocated to this particular exercise, and we're in the process of ensuring that through the provinces, as we would all be aware, that the issue of schools is a provincial competency, but we are partnering and ensuring that we are able to, by 2014-15, have eradicated these mud schools so that we are in compliance with the Millennium Development Goals.
In a recent interview with Engineering News, Nyembezi-Heita said that robust leadership and emphasis on enhanced stakeholder relations and communication, greater SOE corporate governance definition and strength, and a focus on using the SOEs to support youth development, job creation and industrialization would be the key themes of his tenure.
You see, the SOEs have got to play a leading role in the creation of jobs. The President has given us a very clear mandate that we must create jobs, and there are 2 ways you go about it. One of them is the direct role of government in the creation of jobs, The other way is in developing the infrastructure that will enable the private sector to develop jobs, because at the end of the day, the largest number of jobs must be created in the private sector.
Steel producer ArcelorMittal South Africa has warned that the proposed introduction of carbon taxes could undermine its competitiveness against both developing and developed country steel producers, which do not currently confront such a tax burden, and could also materially affect its profitability.
If the 165 rand per ton of CO2 that is being talked about actually does go through, the net result will be a global 82.5 billion rand tax impact. And they did actually have, I think, about 1.7 billion on our account.
Yeah, it's almost 50% of our 2010 EBITDA.
So from our perspective, this is a non-starter. I can't quite see our way through such a regime. So we're hoping very much that this is not quite where we're going to end up.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.
Led by Martin Creamer, Mining Weekly's bureaus in Perth, Johannesburg and Toronto deliver unrivaled global coverage of the resources industry and the companies shaping it. Creamer Media's Mining Weekly for mining news around the clock.